So for the first time ever, Samsung included a in-display privacy option on their brand new Galaxy S26 Ultra. It also still has the anti-reflective coating too. But what happens if you put a regular tempered glass screen protector on your phone that doesn't have an AR coating or a privacy screen? Will it keep the AR and privacy features, or will you get glare all over the place? In this video, we're going to find out. I'm going to be going through the full installation. We're going to see how the screen protector fits and feels. We're also going to test out the durability with a drop and a scratch test. And in the end of this video, you'll know whether or not the screen protector is right for you. So let's get into it. So we get two clear tempered glass screen protectors, an installation squeegee with a little installation pad, and some installation wipes. So first we need to put our phone down on our little anti-slip pad here. So first you want to thoroughly clean off your screen with the included alcohol wipe. Then dry it off. Use the dust sticker to remove any dust. Then take your screen protector, making sure where it says top is going towards the camera on your phone. We're just going to press this down over the top of our phone like that. Then you're going to hold on to the sides of the guide with one hand and pull out the little tab from the other side. Run your finger down the middle a few times and then wait 30 seconds. Then we need to hold down on the guide and remove this little sticker from the middle. Remove the guide and then peel off the top protector. You can also remove this little sticker as well here. And if we do have any bubbles, which it does look like we do in the little corner here, you can use the squeegee to try to squeegee that out. And then also run the squeegee up the edges of the phone just to make sure that the screen protector is down on the phone. We don't want any bubbles. And then we're done. So let's take a look at our screen here. Installation was pretty easy. There is a gap around the edge of the phone for case compatibility, which we will be testing out. The edges are also rounded off. The screen is nice and smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. Let's test out our facial recognition. Wow, that worked out fast. Let's test it one more time. Facial recognition works out fine, and we can take a look at our screen here for selfies. Screen looks nice and clear. Don't see any issues there. Let's test out how well it keeps down fingerprints. And it does seem to pick up some fingerprints even regardless of the oleophobic coating. You can see those on the screen here. But we should be able to very easily wipe those away, and we can. So no problems there. Now let's test out our fingerprint sensor. I've already registered my fingerprints. I just want to see if they still work. So get our fingerprint here. And it does not seem to be working. So if that's the case, just go in and redo your fingerprints, which I'll do right now. All right, so now we're going to register our fingerprints again. All right, so they are registered. So let's test it out again. And it seems to be working okay. Let's just test it one more time. Just to show you, the facial recognition is not working right now because I'm not looking at the phone. It's facing up towards the screen. So I'm purely just using my fingerprints. And the fingerprints seem to be working just fine. Yeah, no problems with fingerprints. You can see that the screen is crystal clear. Touch working perfectly fine. So now let's test out the privacy feature and see how that works with the tempered glass. So I'm going to put it all the way up to its maximum and we'll take a look. So if we take a look at the screen from the side, you can see that it darkens, and from the top. So it seems like the regular tempered glass screen protector has no effect with the use of the privacy screen, which is definitely good. And then let's take a closer look at the alignment of our screen here. So it looks like the screen is pretty well aligned. You can see all the corners of the camera, which tells me that the screen protector is not covering any part of the screen. And if we take a look at the screen from the side, we'll see if we have any light bleed here. And it looks like we have just a slight bit. You can see kind of in the corner there how the light comes through. It's not a lot, but it is there. And then let's see what the screen looks like as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. Wow, that's pretty nice. And you can see that there is no rainbow effect. That's pretty incredible. So if you're going to be using polarized sunglasses with this screen protector, you're not going to see a rainbow effect at all. That is definitely good. And let's test out the use of our S Pen here. And the S Pen works perfectly fine with the screen protector. There's only a slight bit of resistance. Not bad at all. And it seems to be working perfectly fine with the screen protector. Now let's put it in a case to test out the case compatibility. And just so you know, this case is not made by Spigen. So if you're going to be using a different case that's not made by the same manufacturer, this will be a good test to see if it actually still fits. And this screen protector does look to be case friendly because even with this case on it, there's still a slight gap at the bottom, the top, and even around the sides, but it's only very slight. And it just fits this case perfectly. There's no lifting, no bubbles. And then here's a little comparison of what the Spigen tempered glass screen protector looks like next to the Samsung in-display screen that does have an anti-reflective coating. So it seems like this screen protector is looking good so far. Now let's test out the durability with a drop and a scratch test. All right, so we're going to start off our test at 4 feet. 4 feet. So it doesn't seem like the screen protector is very durable because it did not withstand the 4-foot drop. So let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch at a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off our test with the number 5. And we'll move on to number 6. And then finally number 7. And if we take a closer look, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. There are slight at a number 6 and deeper at a number 7. So it seems like this screen protector's scratch resistance is still standard for regular tempered glass, even though they state a 10H hardness. So installation for the screen protector was pretty easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. It works perfectly fine with the S Pen and the in-display fingerprint sensor. However, it does not seem very durable because it didn't withstand a 4-foot drop, and scratch resistance is standard for tempered glass. So in the beginning, everything started looking really good for the screen protector. I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me for a reason why I wouldn't pick up this screen protector. But again, you also have to keep in mind that it does not have an anti-reflective coating, so you're going to get a lot of glare on your phone screen. It also doesn't seem to be super durable. And again, scratch resistance is no better than regular tempered glass. But if you guys do want to pick this screen protector up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.